Welcome to Talking Wildfire Indonesia. Today we're here in Kalimantan, Borneo. Borneo is in an interesting time for as far as fires. Borneo is transitioning from a fire-resistant ecosystem into a fire-dependent ecosystem. Join me as we travel around Kalimantan, talking to the people who live here about the situation. Hi and welcome. Today we're here talking to a really interesting person about her experiences and how she's adapted to the fires that have been coming here. Can you tell us your story and about who you are?
Yes, my name is Yun Pratiwi. I am a Dayak people in Central Kalimantan and living in Palangkaraya. It was started in 2015 when I was a student in one of University of Palangkaraya. And that time, when the forest fire and haze came, it's really hard to live in Central Kalimantan because the haze stuck in the middle. You know, like Central Kalimantan is really far away from the ocean and stuck in the middle, we almost cannot breathe.
You mean the smoke from the fires was a haze?
Yes, right. I have a kid, so we had to evacuate. It was really sad moment in my life. Like, I'm a local people, but I cannot do something. So that's why I want to make a change in my place. Because after the forest fire and haze came, a lot of kids and old people got heart disease and lung disease, the impact of the haze and forest fire.
Wow, so breathing it in damaged the hearts in their lungs.
Yes, they're really hard to breathe, especially with my kid. I have a son. When the haze came, my son cannot breathe very well and throw it up almost every day.
Wow.
And me, my experience in the haze coming, my skin really itch.
Wow.
So I have to go to doctor many times, but it cannot heal because they have still stuck in Central Kalimantan in 2015.
Wow.
So that time I had to evacuate with my family, especially with my son, because I don't want my son, get more impact with the haze.
So you evacuated, you went somewhere else?
Yes, to South Kalimantan, Banjarmasin. It is better than Central Kalimantan, actually.
Wow.
So we lived there about a week. And then when we come back, 2 days after, and then rain's coming. But you know what? The rain's color is black.
Wow.
You know what? That's pollution. It's like 10 times more, 10 times worse. Like in the history of Central Kalimantan, when the forest fires and haze history.
So you're saying when it rained black?
Yes, the rain color is really black.
How long did it last?
I think for the 2 days, the whole days, rain non-stop, and then the color is black, and then thunder, lightning, and it had blackout in our house in Palangkaraya area.
Wow.
Because this
Power
storm.
blackouts.
Yes,
Wow.
big storm. I think because the impact, because almost 3 months there was no rain, and then the rain's coming like 2 days non-stop, and then storm, and then lightning, and then everything stuff like that. So it blacked out. There's no electricity, I think for 2 or 3 days. It's really sad, in that moment. So we have to survive. We survive, but after that we get the impact. It's a negative impact, especially like heartbreak, heart disease, and then lung disease, and then I have some of my friends, they have kids as well, and then they have heart disease because of the forest fire and haze. Is really sad.
So it still affects them today?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
It's really sad, right? It's really to make my heart, when I talking about this, I really almost crying, because when I remember, I can see a lot of my friends, a lot of my family suffering, like we stuck in the forest fire and haze. We cannot go anywhere, no flight, no transportation, but we have to do our regular activity. Can you imagine that? Like, it's really sad, and I'm always.
How long did it last?
Oh my God, 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah, 3 months. So that's why I changed my mind, and then I want to make my homeland, my Central Kalimantan, be better than before. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to people thinking about burning areas and then destroy environment, destroy trees or anything stuff like that. So that's why I make a breakthrough. So because my background is English education, I always thinking that Central Kalimantan has a huge potential, especially for the tourism. Even though Indonesian government, especially in Jakarta, like Ministry of Tourism, they don't really think about the potential ecotourism in Kalimantan. That actually is really beautiful biodiversity, right? So that's why I want to make a breakthrough, and I build my own company where I can say social enterprise. It called Central Borneo Guide. So I engage all local people, especially youth and women that time, because I can see not many young women or women like me to be a tour guide, and most of them are men dominantly. So I want to make change like that because women can do as well.
And I think a wildlife expedition is a great idea for this place too.
Yes.
People to come to see the animals.
Yes, and I want to protect the animals as well. If I build the ecotourism industry in Central Kalimantan, I believe that we can get alternative job and make income for the local community, and they don't harm the natural resources. So that's what I think, because the primates and other animal potential, the nature potential, if we destroyed it, there's no potential anymore. And ecotourism is how we protect and then how we can make a sustainable livelihood as well. So I think it's really good idea to implementation in here. So that's why I want to do in here, and I get some of the experience in other countries, because a lot of people inviting me as well, and then I can learn from outside of Central Kalimantan, and I want to change my perspective about forest fire, working with the mining, working with the palm oil, and I want to make new Central Kalimantan to more welcome with tourists to come here and then to see our activity and then to see the beautiful animals in Central Kalimantan.
So it's basically to give the people a reason to want to protect the animals.
Yes.
And
yes.
by tourists coming here,
yes.
and then they will have a reason.
Yes.
And so it's like a big cycle that you're doing.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's
right. A great idea.
Yeah, I want to give information to the people all over the world, and I also want to give education as well. What we do here and then about the animals, because most of people maybe don't have any opportunity to see those animals. So that's why it's time for me to give you information and then ask you to come here, and then I will explain more about animals, about the culture, about the nature in Central Kalimantan.
Can you tell us a bit about the different projects you're working on, like reforestation?
Oh yeah, because I make a social enterprise Central Borneo Guide. It's an ecotourism, but I want to give a feedback as well to the nature. So we have a lot of degraded forest area in Central Kalimantan, especially in one of regency in here. It is in Pulang Pisau regency. So in Pulang Pisau, almost 80% is peat swamps, but almost 70% already burned. It's degraded area. So I have a project with my friend. It's called Himbaraya Indonesia. It's a foundation that actually we make a project like adoption tree. So we will planting trees, and then we will taking care of the trees, and then we make a project with the community. So we want to collaborate with the community as their farmers, like a nursery. So they will planting seeds, maybe like 5 or 10 centimeters, and then after that we take the seeds to the degraded area and then planting, and then we will taking care of them like maybe 5 years, and then every 6 months we will check the trees, because I believe that if we plant in the peat swamp area, we believe it will come back like maybe like before. Not forest fire anymore, not haze anymore, no like no make human or maybe people, local people get sick anymore, because peat swamp, when they burn, carbon release is really, really dangerous for us. Actually, it's not only in Indonesia, maybe our neighbor like Malaysia, Singapore, and Brunei Darussalam, they get the impact of the haze, yeah. So yeah, reforestation is one of our goal, and then we want to make this project for 60 hectares. Well, it takes a lot of time, but I believe we can make it.
If someone wanted to help with your rainforest reforestation, how could they help you?
Actually, you can donate through our website. It calls Himbaraya Indonesia Foundation. Our website is himbaraya.org, and then you just check our activity, and then there's like donate, and then you just click. And then if you want to have any question or something like that, you can email us directly. I think it is much better before you donate, and then you want to more explanation about our project, it is better to contact us directly. And I hope people get more, more aware about this project, because adoption tree is one of the solution for us in here, because taking care of the trees is really hard, rather than you chop the trees, chop is really easy, but when you want to heal something they already chopped, it's really hard. So that's my job actually. So your donation is really helpful. I'm really thankful if you are really aware with our situation right now. And peat swamp forest is really, really beautiful place, but when it's already burned, it can be a danger for us and for you as well.
What kind of trees are you trying to put back into the peat swamp?
Yeah, so we don't want to plant like it's not endemic. We plant endemic one. So I don't know in English name, but we have Blangeran, we have Pulai, we have Ramin trees. So it's endemic trees. We don't want to plant like durian trees or any kind of fruit, because it's not endemic in peat swamps, right? So we try to plant the endemic one, and then we want to make it grow very well, and then to make more primates to come in the end, in the future. Because primates don't eat bananas. Maybe in our mindset, in outside, all of the world think that primates or maybe monkey eat bananas or maybe another fruit. No, they eat wild fruit. They eat seed that maybe you don't know the name is. Yeah.
So you believe that by putting the forest back will protect the peat swamp?
Yes.
And keep the releases of carbon from happening?
Yes.
And also stop the fires?
Yes, yeah.
And start protecting the land again?
Yes, yes.
Wow, so that's great. So you're looking at rehabilitating and trying to help with the recovery?
Yes, we also helping for the local community as well, because we collaborate them to grow the seed, and then they will make a small nursery. It's kind of cute action, like the local community right now more aware how to preserve the nature. So we collaborate with them as well. So we don't work by myself. I don't work by myself. I don't work only with my team, but we work together with the local community, and then we're doing together. And then I hope in the future, the peat swamps, the graded area will be better than before.
If someone wanted to make contact with you about having a guide, how would they do it?
Actually, you can check on my website. If you want to do ecotourism activity, you can check my website in centralborneoguide.com. And then if you want to donate, because we have affiliation between my company and this foundation, we work together. Because if you want to make arrangement for the activity, and also you want to planting the trees, we are welcome with that. So just contact centralborneoguide.com. And then if you just want to donate, just check our website, himbaraya.org.
Is there anything you would like to tell the world about Kalimantan?
Actually, it's not common for women to be a tour guide previously in Central Kalimantan. But right now, it's a lot of young women want to collaborate and be a tour guide like me. It is a breakthrough. So it is friendly travel for women in the world to go to here. So please come to Central Kalimantan. We're taking care of you. Adventure awaits you.
Terima kasih. We're doing this for all of you. If you like what we're doing, please give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment below. See you next time.